Hello, boys and girls. It is your 5-Minute Friday, except for it's on Monday because, well, because I have a lot going on. How about that? That being said, it brings me to my point that you either make time or you make excuses. So I sincerely apologize for being late, but better late than pregnant. How about that? So, what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about the fact that you guys are hypocrites. And I want to discuss with you something that I don't think some of you realize that you're doing, because I hear so many of you, and we've had this discussion in other 5-Minute Fridays and seminars and things, that you guys are feeling so flustered and so frustrated with the fact that you keep having to deal with price and with people contacting you and either asking you to work for free and time for print or benefit your portfolio, or, I'm going to tell all my friends about you, or they do the whole, well, money's kind of tight right now, and, or I don't have a job, or, this is the financial sob story that I'm providing you for why I can't afford your rates, but I'd really love to work with you, blah, 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 blah. And we're all so tired of it, right? I won't tell you that I don't get that, because there are people that contact me, but the people that actually want to work with me, I never have that issue, ever. And I think the reason some of you are having that problem, and more importantly, that you don't know how to combat it, is because you guys don't believe it either. For instance, I got an email today from a girl feeling frustrated who's in one of my groups because she wanted to do something sexy with her fiance, and so they were going to take some hot boudoir photos together and do some romantic couple shots, but she tried to play photographer and model at the same time. Now, ambitious, but not very practical, especially if it's a new genre, and it's really difficult to set up the camera, set up the lights, set up yourself, take photos, and have them look lovely, for the same reason that you don't let the models pose themselves, because they can't see what they look like in your camera. So if you're trying to do all of that as a self-portrait, you can't see what you look like either unless you have yourself tethered to a screen, in which case your inclination is to look off to the side of the screen instead of at the camera or whatever it is that you're trying to capture. It's really hard. Like, there's the one photo of me where I'm nude behind the antique camera that everybody loves. There was probably 65 shots from that session. I posted 2 of them. And then there's the whole issue that we're our own worst critic. But here's the thing, is that if a model contacted you, or a potential client contacted you and said, well, I really want to do these photos, but I think I'm just going to do them myself, you would say no, and you would tell them to value the experience, and this is about you and your fiance, or this is about you feeling sexy and getting some pictures done for yourself, and you want to have a pro there that knows how to pose you and light you and move you and dress you up and will turn out professional images. If you guys aren't willing to do this for yourself, why should anybody else invest the money in you? And how do you sell them on that when you can't live it? You guys are doing a very large do as I say, not as I do thing, and you have to stop. More importantly than you have to stop, you need to recognize that you do that too. Everybody does that. You have to stop getting so upset about it, because there are people that will not drop $200 at the salon to get their hair cut and colored and styled. They will go to Target and pick up a bottle of hair dye. And I need you to understand that every time you people do that, hairdressers around the world cringe the same way that photographers do when you tell us you hired your wedding photographer off Craigslist. it's not just our industry. It's all over. Landscapers do it when they see people trying to tend their own yards. You know, masons do it when they see you trying to repoint your own bricks. Like, you know, interior painters do it when you say, oh, I painted the walls myself. Like, we are not unique. Okay, the people that love and are very talented in their crafts, they always cringe when people are do-it-yourselfers. And sometimes we do a decent job, but the fact is that we only pay for what we value. And then when we value it, that's when we will put down whatever kind of money we need to. You know, I know how to change the oil in my car. You will never see me do it unless it's a life or death situation, because I would rather pay somebody else to do it for the convenience of it. I've dyed my hair out of a box, but I love the experience of going and having my hairdresser shampoo my hair and cut and color and style it and shake my hair like a salon commercial all day, like, which it doesn't look at all at the moment, you know. But that I pay for the experience. So you need to decide what it is that you're giving your clients before you can get frustrated with them because they're not valuing it. And you need to start practicing what you preach. How many of you are photographers trying to up your prices and get to high-end clients and get people to invest the money in you, but you've never paid for a professional photo shoot? Yes, I'm talking to you. Now, all of you should come in and book me for a session. But seriously, you should. Just because you're a children's photographer doesn't mean that you shouldn't go to a different photographer to take pictures of your kids. I am the worst offender of this. But you need to do it. You need to understand what the experience is. You need to understand how it feels to invest. You need to understand how it feels when you've invested that money and then you see the quality product and you just are blown away by the fact that it's so beautiful. You know, I've had clients literally cry because they love it so much. And until you know what it's like to feel that on the upside and the good side, you won't understand how to sell it because you don't know what it's like. You know, I can go and I can tell people you're going to feel sexy and you're going to go and you're going to be a little nervous and you're going to clutch that robe all the way up to the top of your neck, you know, because it's unnerving. And I understand that you feel vulnerable, but when you see these images, girlfriend, like, yeah, it's totally going to be worth it. And when you give them to him, holy hell, I'll see you in 8 months for the maternity photos because you're not going to come out of your bedroom for a week. You know, if you haven't had the experience on the other side of the lens, then you can't sell. And if you're not willing to invest that because funds are tight or the economy's bad or, you know, you just don't have the time or money right now, or you'll have to save up or you'll have to lose weight or whatever it is, then you cannot be upset that your clients are giving you the same arguments. There's your 8.5-minute Monday instead of your 5-minute Friday. I made up for the 3 days late with 3 extra minutes. See you next week.